Imagine you are walking outside one morning. You are not doing anything special, and then an animal walks up to you. It looks at you, and then it places something at your feet. A baby. Its own baby, and then it just waits. Most people assume that is a freak accident, a confused animal, a one-time thing, but it is not. It happens all over the world, with dogs, with deer, with elephants, with dolphins, wild mothers, tame mothers, animals that have never trusted a human before, all doing the same thing, all choosing you. And the question is not just why they do it. The question is what it tells you about yourself, because the answer goes deeper than animal behavior. It goes straight into the oldest chapter of human history, the chapter that explains why animals and humans are connected at all. Stay till the end, because the last part will change how you think about the relationship between humans and every living creature on this planet. Here is the first thing you need to understand. Every mother animal in the wild runs on one single program: protect the baby at all costs. That program is so powerful it overrides everything else: fear, pain, hunger, exhaustion. A mother bear will charge a truck to protect her cub. A mother bird will fake a broken wing to lure a predator away. The survival instinct of a mother animal is one of the most powerful forces in nature. So when that same animal walks up to a human and places her baby in their hands, that is not normal. That is not a glitch. That is a choice that goes against every survival rule she was born with. And something extraordinary has to happen inside her brain to make her do it. Let us talk about what that something is. Because in 1935, a scientist named Konrad Lorenz discovered something that changed everything we thought we knew about animal behavior. He was studying geese in Austria, and he noticed something strange. When goslings hatched from their eggs, they did not automatically bond with their mother. They bonded with the first moving thing they saw. In one famous experiment, Lorenz made sure he was the first thing the goslings saw after hatching. And for the rest of their lives, those baby geese followed him everywhere. They thought he was their mother. He called this imprinting, and it is one of the most powerful forces in the animal brain. But here is what is fascinating. Imprinting does not only happen at birth. Adult animals imprint too, just more slowly, through repeated contact, through safety, through a feeling that this creature will not hurt me. And here is the twist. Humans are extraordinarily good at triggering that feeling in animals, better than almost any other species on the planet. And we have been doing it for a very, very long time. Think about this. Roughly 15,000 years ago, wolves started following human hunting camps. Not because humans called them, not because humans tamed them, because the wolves figured out something. These strange two-legged creatures were safe. They did not attack on sight. They left food. They created warmth. Generation by generation, the wolves that were least afraid of humans survived better. Their cubs grew up closer to human camps. Those cubs had cubs, and 15,000 years later, you have a golden retriever sleeping on your couch. The point is this: animals have been reading humans as a safe species for 15,000 years. That memory is not just in dog brains. It is in the nervous systems of animals across dozens of species, because humans and animals have been living near each other for all of recorded history. The animal brain learned something ancient and deep. Humans are a place where you can survive. And that brings us back to the mother who walks up to you and places her baby in your arms. Here is what is actually happening inside her. She is not confused. She is not crazy. She is making a calculation. The oldest calculation in biology. Where is the safest place for my baby to be right now? This happens most often when the mother is injured, when she is being hunted, when she is sick and knows she cannot protect the baby herself, when a predator is near, when survival odds are dropping fast. In those moments, the mother's brain runs through every option at incredible speed. And sometimes the option it lands on is a human. In 2012, a deer in Virginia walked up to a family sitting in their backyard. She was limping badly. She placed her fawn directly at the feet of the family's youngest child. Then she walked away into the trees. She was found dead the next morning. She had been shot by a hunter the day before. She knew she was dying, and she chose the safest place she could find for her baby before she went. That is not an accident. That is not confusion. That is the most precise and heartbreaking form of trust. But you might be wondering, why a human specifically? Why not another animal? Why not a tree? A cave, a bush. The answer is something scientists call the trust signal, and humans produce it constantly without even realizing it. Think about how you behave around a baby animal. Your voice gets quieter, your movements get slower, Your face relaxes. You lower yourself down. You extend your hand, palm up, fingers open. You make yourself small and non-threatening. That is not something you were taught. That is instinct. Human beings are one of the only species on Earth that instinctively soften their behavior in the presence of something young and vulnerable. Researchers call this the baby schema response. It was identified by zoologist Konrad Lorenz in 1943. He found that large round eyes, round cheeks, and a small nose trigger a caregiving instinct in human brains automatically. No thought required. Your brain sees those features and immediately releases oxytocin, the same bonding chemical that fires when you hold your own child. When you hug someone you love, when you feel safe with another person, you produce a chemical cloud of safety. And animals can smell it, literally, because oxytocin has a scent signature, and animal nervous systems are tuned to detect emotional states through smell. A stressed human smells one way. A calm, bonded human smells another way entirely. When an animal mother approaches you, she is not just seeing you. She is smelling your emotional state. She is reading your nervous system. And if you are calm, open, and soft, she reads you as a sanctuary. There is another factor nobody talks about: human hands. Every other apex predator on this planet has claws, teeth, or speed. Humans have hands, open, flexible, gentle hands. And animal mothers can tell the difference. A human who extends open hands toward a baby animal is sending one of the clearest safety signals in the biological world. No claws, no teeth, no speed, just warmth and grip. The message is ancient. I will hold, not harm. And there are cases where this instinct is so strong it crosses every boundary. In 2019, off the coast of New Zealand, a pod of dolphins was observed by marine biologist Dr. Rochelle Constantine. One dolphin mother began pushing her deceased calf toward the research boat. She was not playing. She was not confused. She was trying to give her baby to the humans. Because in her mind, the boat was a place where things survived. A place of tools, of movement, of help. She was doing what every desperate mother does. She was asking for help from the strongest, safest creature she could find. And that creature was us. So what does this mean for you? Not for wildlife documentaries, not for animal researchers, for you. Think about what you actually are, not in the modern world of smartphones and cities and offices. Strip all of that away. What are you biologically? You are an animal that produces safety. You are a creature that other creatures have been trusting with their most precious thing for 15,000 years. That trust is not random. It was built slowly, generation by generation, through thousands of moments where a human chose to help instead of harm, through thousands of times where a mother's gamble paid off, and through thousands of animals who learned that two-legged creature, the one that does not run at you. That one is different. Here is the part that should stay with you. That bond is fragile. It has always been fragile because animals do not read your species label. They read your behavior, your smell, your pace, your hands. A calm human and a panicked human are two completely different creatures to a mother animal. The trust is personal, always personal, which means the 15,000-year bond does not belong to humanity in general. It belongs to you specifically in that specific moment. You earn it or you lose it. One breath at a time. And maybe that is the most quietly staggering thing about any of this. Not that animals choose humans, but that they are still choosing. After everything, after every forest that was cut, after every species that vanished, after every betrayal of that ancient trust, they are still walking up to us, still placing something small and fragile into our hands, still asking the question they have been asking for 15,000 years. Will you protect this? Will you be safe? And for the first time in a long time, maybe the more important question is not why they ask, but whether we deserve the answer they keep giving us.